Hello, Knights of the Rolled Table, and thank you for listening. It's Zach again, back in the DM chair. Thank you for Chris for DMing our adventures into demons and devils and return to Sozeb for a few episodes. Appreciated that. He also did the editing, which was a big help for me. I'm back in the chair now, ready to go, and excited to have all of you listen to this very fun episode. We have some guest stars, some jumping around in time, and some old friends, and a lot of excitement. So please enjoy. And remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and make life an adventure. So all of you are flying through what has loosely been called by Bartleby and others the portalverse. And you have a little time to think about that because you are in that space way longer than you usually are. It's usually like an instant. But every time you do it, you have a little bit more sense of like, there's kind of like space in here. You don't know really what it is you're traveling through. But like this time you're like in there a while. And it might be just like moments, or it might be, who knows, like it's definitely a space where time and space don't really like function the same. So you don't know, but you have a general sense that you must be going really far, and that is enhanced by the fact that when you come out of the portal on the other side, you're still like oriented the same. It's not like gravity shifts or anything, but you are flung out at high velocity. So all three of you kind of like get like launched out of this thing at the rate like that you were like falling a couple stories, like you were at terminal velocity. So you go kind of like rolling across ground. Everybody go ahead and make a deck save. Just the four of you that entered the portal. Sarsa, Randall, Tiburon, and Branch.
14.
Nice. Good enough.
21.
Very nice.
16.
5.
So we'll say, I don't remember what order you went in, but there might have been some exchanging of spaces. So like Randall kind of gets in and like grabs his footing. Okay. You have a weird sensation of like a couple of different, like at first you feel like things are very wet and damp here. And then like that goes away by another sensation of like very dry. It's like weird before you get your footing. Branch, you have full control of your spin. Go ahead and describe that for me if you want. If you want to like use forms to land or just like be super dexterous, go ahead and like describe your process.
Yeah, Branch, as he's like falling, transforms into a seagull, and then just gently glides down like he's looking for a churro.
Nice.
The elegant seagull.
Tiburon, you have a similar to Randall. You're able to kind of like get your footing and land relatively unscathed, and the same sort of like, oh, I feel like the terrain is pretty like it must be rocky, and then it's super hot all of a sudden. Sarsa, you are just a hot mess of like sprawled out, like you're not sure what happened in the portalverse, but you're like head over heels, flipping, falling, and just like land face down in the middle.
But I am
everything.
hot, though.
Yes, definitely. Above all.
Son of a bitch.
And so there the four of you are, and you look up and gain your footing, and you are roughly at the center point of 4 thrones. And on one throne, 2 of them actually look vacant. One has what seems like a moving pile of rock and dirt on it in like roughly humanoid form, sort of. So you kind of look around. The 4th one, you turn around, kind of like all of you like orient to that last. You just happen to not be facing it. But the 4th one, those of you that know her, it's being sat on by actually 2 people that most of you know. The person on the throne is Sindel, the Phoenix, Lady Sindel, old friend. And there's a person standing next to her, and that's Oliver, who you have not seen in a little while because he didn't turn up in the Sozeb adventure.
Oh,
My recent acquaintances. Hello.
Hello, next to the little table. We're now going to take you back in time just a little bit to find out how Oliver got to the plane of elements. So, Oliver, your experience of walking through the portal is you just step through at like just regularly taking a step, and the sensation like you end up in the sort of like middle area of this portalverse for a lot longer than you've ever experienced before. And it kind of gives you a sense of like you're traveling far. And it's a weird sensation of like it's moments, although maybe it's longer than moments and it's hard to like reconcile anything. But when you pop out the other side somewhere, you leave with velocity, kind of with a sense of like as if you've been falling a little bit. So you fly regular, you're still oriented in the same way, like you're stepping through, except you go like flying, like kind of reeling. You kind of like crouch into a like roll to sort of stop your momentum. And you have a sense also that like briefly, because you're kind of spinning and stuff, you have a sense that you're headed for a person that you're about to hit. So go ahead and make a dexterity save to try to manage your body.
Okay. That'll be 19.
So 19, you have pretty good control. So you're able to accurately like perceive a little bit and also manage yourself. So you come kind of flying. You're able to like control your sort of spin into kind of like a shoulder roll. And you really brace for impact to like, there's a figure there. I'm about to hit them. I'm going to crash into them. You prepare for that. But as you're about to do that, they like evaporate and don't actually like evaporate so much as it seems like they burst into flames. So instead of hitting a person, you like
It's very different than
yeah, you hit this like wall of heat, sudden heat, like you like pass through a campfire or something and just like fly out the other side, which again messes up your like you are all like perfectly braced for like preparing for impact, and like that throws off your like balance again. So do another dex save to kind of adapt to the new.
Why is it so hot? I thought we were going to a mid-tropical climate.
17.
Okay. So you like, well, that was weird, but like pretty instantly like readjust and control your fall and kind of like land up on your feet and see that there's still a figure there. So they kind of like, looks like they sort of like bamfed out of where you were going to hit them and like kind of moved to the side. So you're facing them and they brace like I'm being attacked. So this figure is a kind of younger, maybe 20-ish year old woman in armor. It's also extremely hot where you are, like stiflingly hot. Like as soon as you're on your feet, you're like, dang, it's like stepping into a sauna from like a air conditioned room where like you take a breath and the breath feels hot, kind of like, ugh.
This doesn't seem like Elderlock. I thought we were going to a town. Where are all my companions? Who are you? Did you bring me here? Did you summon me?
I think probably before you quite have time to get that out there, you're both sizing up like what is going on, and she's feeling like I've been attacked. So like her initial move, she also has a staff kind of thing. And so her initial move is to kind of like swing at you. She's close enough to do that. But you also had a good staff, good dex, and you had your staff. So you're able to kind of like throw your staff up and cross stabs and then speak a little bit, probably say that.
Who are you?
Who are you? I was minding my own business. What are you doing?
Have you summoned me here?
I haven't summoned anyone. I was just going to the summit. What are you doing here?
Summit of what? Is this not Elderlock?
No, it's not. This looks like Elderlock. No, it's not Elderlock. Of course not.
Where is the innkeeper?
The innkeeper? We don't have inns here. You kind of look around, and it's a feeling that you're in a forest, except instead of trees, there's pillars of fire. And do an insight or a history check, either one.
Ooh, I actually have pretty good history because I'm old.
Yeah, seen some stuff.
Yes, yes. Oh, that wasn't as good. 14.
Yeah, so you have a pretty good sense. Like, this is a distinctive locale. You've
This
actually
is
been here.
not a forest of its typical variety.
You're pretty sure you know where you are. You've been here one time before in your very extensive, very arcane travels. You think you're in the Fire Realm.
Is this not the Fire Realm?
This is, yes, it's not, yes, this is the Fire Realm. Yes. How do you not, where did you come from?
I came from Cambion. I was on the other side with my fellow adventurers, and
In the realms? Where Malkadoth is?
Yes, Malkadoth. Yes, in Cambion, and I was with and he's kind of like sizing her to see if she has the tattoo, the knight's tattoo, and like she's with some noble adventurers on a mission. I have to be careful about what I say here, but well, we were trying to stop Malkadoth by finding some information from a gentleman known as the innkeeper.
So she kind of rolls her eyes a little bit and is like, I don't have one. I'm not one. She shows you the lack of sign, but also she knew what you were doing.
But you know of what I'm thinking of. You know of the organization.
Well, yeah, I think so. This is going to be a long, rounded discussion if none of us can be clear about it. But
all right,
I think I'm friend with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Listen, the portal system that we are using to travel around was created by a little gnome of questionable intent.
All right. I think we know some of the same people.
Oh, you know Bartleby?
Well, yeah. I've heard of him.
Or the people I was with a very terse young lady, a tiefling that has gray skin and speaks of
that drinks a lot and swears a lot.
Yes. Her name is Sarsa. Yes, and I was with a small green fellow that goes a lot and can turn into bears and spiders.
Oh yeah. Branch, I met him too.
Yes,
wow, how are they doing?
Of course. And I was with a talking possum man.
That one's new to me.
Named Rudolph or something.
No, I don't think I met him yet.
Okay. Oh, and a dashing young sailor named Tiburon.
Oh yeah, he's a cutie.
Oh well, so you are an ally then.
Well, yeah, you could say that. Maybe since you're here, random. Wait, so you went through a portal with them and you ended up here? I mean, I've heard them been working with that, and it hasn't worked seamlessly.
It would seem so, yes. So as much as I'd like to stay in chat, I'm sorry. What was your name?
Roll another insight or history. Probably insight. Roll insight.
22.
Nice.
I rolled an 18 with +4.
So a lot's happening, and your kind of memories of when you're in the Fire Realm is spinning a little bit. But you look at this woman and you kind of flash back to the experience you had here.
You seem oddly familiar.
The time that you were here, you were summoned here because there had been a coup. The rulers had been assassinated by the ruler's brother, Charkandris.
Oh my goodness. You were born here. You're from here.
Now that you say that, yeah, but you seem kind of familiar too. That move, this move, you're still crossing stabs, and she's like, "There's something familiar about that, right?"
When you were very young, someone took you from this place to rescue you, to get you away from Lord Charkandris. There was a coup. There was an uprising. Your family was in danger. And
yeah, you suddenly know a lot of stuff for somebody who didn't even know where you were a minute ago.
Well, I've been here once before. I was sent from the knights to rescue what was left of the royal family, and you were it. I was the one that took you back to the realms and took you to who are now your parents, Sora and Kevin McIntyre.
You were, and her kind of like her staff like lowers. What, like she doesn't. If you spend any time with her, she doesn't really remember it. She's only heard stories. You've only heard stories of each other, really. Like,
Yeah.
you're my mom's dad. You're my granddad. And then she throws her arms around you in a huge hug that also hurts a lot.
Yeah.
It's burning you.
They're very hot.
Sorry.
I mean,
Hang on.
let me very warm.
Yeah. No, I have this problem here. Let me take care of it. And she kind of like throws her hands over you and does something. It's hot enough here that like you are taking some fire damage just from standing around.
Proximity.
Yeah. I mean, even just like being in the realms without being near her, like it would drain you away over time. And what she does to you, it's not actually, it gives you immediate relief, but it's not actually a cooling effect. Like you're not being physically burned, but the sensation is actually that the extreme heat suddenly feels okay. Like it feels kind of good and normal. You recognize that it's still super hot and it's super hot touching her, but it's fine.
Okay. Great.
Does that feel okay? Does that work?
Yes, I feel...
Okay, great. And she hugs you again.
All right. Oh, it feels like a very warm, toasty blanket. Thank you. Well, yes, I mean, it would appear that... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, I don't know you at all. Where have you been? Like, my mom is not happy about you. You've been gone. Like, I've never met you.
Sindel. Right?
Yeah. Qualiver Famor, right?
I just, you can call me. Well, yes, my name is Qualiver Famor.
Should I call you Grandpa? Like, how do you want to do this?
I mean, if you feel like it, I suppose. I
Gramps, old man. I've always kind of wanted a Gramps.
Sure. I'm sorry I haven't been around. Your mother and I sort of had a falling out, and well, that wasn't fair to you. But you've grown much faster than I thought. You should be 7 or 8 the last time I. Oh, but time moved differently here. That's right.
Oh yeah, you haven't catch up with that part. Yeah, I was 8, and then I got sent back here for a while, and I ruled as their leader, lady of
Yes,
fire.
I heard about the Charkandras coming to the realms, and there was a rebellion, as it were, about with some knights and.
Yeah. Well, that's where I left. Gravely and XX and Maya and Celius.
Oh, that is the Gravely that we've been looking for. My goodness, it all makes sense now.
Whoa, wait, you know Gravely?
Well, I don't know him, but I've only heard of him because the people that I was with, the Branch and the Sarsa, Gravely was turned into a mist and went into a mountain from this Lord Malkadoth, under a spell effect, and we've been finding leads and trying to find where he might be. He's under some sort of spell. Apparently he's alive, but not corporeal. It's very complicated, as these things are, but it seemed to be getting close. We were following a lead. Well, listen, all this, that's all here and now, but...
listen, it might be more complicated than you know. That's going to have implications for where we are. You better come with me.
All right. I am sorry about not being around. I do want to try to make up for lost time. This is not how I expected to see you again.
Let's live in the moment. Let's figure this out one step at a time. But I'm on my way to kind of a big meeting, and I could probably use your help.
All right, lead the way, granddaughter.
Thanks, Gramps.
Not quite used to that.
Sorry. Sorry. Branch was not done transforming. Oliver. Hello. And little girl from the beach on the island, who is not
Sindel.
a little girl. But yes.
Yes, we spent a fair amount of time together, Branch. Just Sindel.
Eh.
They call me Lady Sindel here.
Oh, lady. You were human then.
Yeah. No, not really, but I know in your terms, yeah.
Yes. It is good to see you. Where are we?
Oh yeah. So welcome. I'm not sure. Again, I imagine you came from the same place that Gramps came from. So welcome.
Yes. This is my granddaughter, that you know, but because I'm as you recently found out, Sora is my daughter, and Sindel was raised by Sora, so she is in fact my grandchild. We've been getting to know each other better. Time's gone by.
Yes, quickly.
Right. I don't suppose we could post up and maybe have a hot shower and relax somewhere. I could use a moment. I'm having a bit of a wee hard time right now.
Hey Zach, from Oliver's perspective, has much time gone by since time moves differently in the fire realm?
No,
Okay.
not very much at all.
All right, just
Like
checking.
you met Sindel literally on her way to this, and she kind of talked you through. Like, actually, I need an attendant. If you could sort of like stand beside me and speak for me, like I'll talk you through it. Kind of. But,
Okay.
Your interactions with her haven't been too much more than that.
And Sindel in her current form is like on fire, right? Like she just like has an aura of being on fire, or is that only when she's doing her magic thing?
She is more on fire than usual.
Okay.
Like she's able to be like she was
Randall
always
doesn't know
like-
that.
Right. No, yeah, that's true.
Miss, I don't want to disturb you, but you appear to be a flame.
Yeah, no, that's normal here. I'm the current ruler of the realm of fire. You're actually, so let me back up.
Oh,
so
cool,
we're having
cool.
kind of a meeting here. This is a summit of the elements. This is actually sort of a sacred location. This is the intersection of the four elemental planes. And it's just sort of like gestures to around. And you look around and you're in this like it's calm in the area that you are, and you sort of like on the outside of a circle, you can definitely see like fire stuff in one corner. Water is opposing it. There's nobody on that throne. As you glimpse around at the different thrones, you can see that they're each sort of innately carved with, you can sort of, because Sindel's not very big, you can see behind her there's like an inlay of the form of the phoenix, kind of like with wings sticking up, carved into this throne. The water throne, which looks vacant, has the inlay of the Leviathan, which some of you are overly familiar with. The earth throne is occupied by this pile of dirt, which as you look at it, you can kind of see is like, it's like a living pile of rock that's sort of moving around. Everybody actually give me a perception check.
27, baby. It's pretty good.
22 for Tiburon.
Dang. So you're all generally looking like pretty perceptive, and so you realize upon like stabilizing yourself and getting a chance to look around that although the waterfront throne does seem to be vacant, the air throne is not. It's that the being that is sitting there is made of air, and so it's see-through. But when there is movement, when this being sort of shifts a little bit, then you can see that there's something there, an entity there. And so, like, on the outside of this chamber, there's like you can kind of see beyond the thrones that there's a wall where it is like not peaceful at all. It's peaceful in here and relatively quiet, but you can see beyond, like it's an invisible barrier essentially. So beyond where this like wall creates some peace, you can see that the elements clash with each other pretty dramatically. Like fire and air is this like big, like it's like blowing oxygen into fire, and so there's a huger upheaval of flame all over the place. Earth and water is this like muddy, splashy, dirty, swampy upheaval. And so air and water, similarly, it looks like a misty kind of storm is happening, and fire and earth also, like lava, and like it's like there's a volcano like right on the other side of this barrier that is sort of like creating this sort of summit space. So I guess welcome to the summit. Maybe, I don't know where you probably came from, the same place. It seems like you know Oliver, who I'm calling Gramps because I've always wanted to call somebody Gramps. This is actually pretty cool for me.
We called him Gramps too.
All right, well, cool. Welcome. I have mixed feelings about that, but all right, I can share them.
We did not come from where Oliver was, because Oliver did not come to where we were, because I guess he came here.
Yes, what took
we
you
were
so
at a
long?
bar.
I've been here for quite a bit of time. Well, not quite a bit of time, but much less than you.
We were at a bar, and then we fought. The devil was on our side, and then
Fought a devil?
yes, and no, he was
With
he
a
helped
devil.
with a devil
Fought
against.
with a devil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So you're cut off by like the sound of essentially a hurricane, just like wind and upheaval, and you feel like breeze and movement of air, but the sound is much louder, and you kind of gather like this must be the voice of the being that's occupying the air throne. And there's an attendant standing next to that throne, much like Oliver is standing next to Sindel. And that person who appears to be like a air Aladrin speaks. Lord Ariadne welcomes our visitors. Looks like maybe that's not exactly what Lord Ariadne said, but they're being polite. But we do have issues to attend to. The throne of water sits vacant, and we have an usurper attempting to claim the throne. This council needs to hear this matter immediately. And then you hear sort of like an earthquakey, grumbly, moving of rocks slamming against each other sound from the earth throne. And there's another attendant in Earthaladrin there that says, Lady Granch agrees we must attend to this matter as soon as possible. And then from actually like beyond the barrier behind the water throne, two guards similar to the like kind of water troops that some of you saw back in Giacca, and then two more enter in with a figure in between them who is in shackles that look like they are made of water. Actually, like first you see like bound hands, and then you realize his like whole body is kind of like in a big bubble with his head sticking out, and it is Soot. And they sort of bring him forward.
I cannot believe you're treating me like this. This is unacceptable. I control the crown of water. This is my legacy.
As Soot kind of walks forward, kind of getting pushed and like not really walking, more like bouncing in this little bubble.
Fling, fling, fling. He tries to like get ahead the front two guards, and they like shove him back. They're definitely like boxing him in.
I control the fleet of the damned. How dare you?
Oh.
Hi, Soot.
Looking over, you see Soot freeze for a second, looking at all these, quite a few familiar faces, actually.
So of this group,
Sarsa,
well, actually, like, yeah,
Tiburon and Branch.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
Soot's specific interaction with Branch was not super long because you took him out to the island and then he stayed there. But you re-met him in the finale.
We were on the ship together for a while.
Right. Yeah. So for a while at the finale, he arrived on the turtle. Tiburon, you spent a fair amount of time with. Sarsa was there for the evacuation of Giacca for a little bit. So you've had some interaction.
I don't remember if
she,
because I know Maya and Soot were like,
mm-hmm.
had a lot of time, but I don't remember how much Sarsa interacted with him.
Sarsa's interaction with Soot was essentially like he was locked up in the bilge or whatever for trying to abandon ship.
Oh, this wee little man again. Do we really have to go through this?
Listen, all of you.
Oh, hello. If it's good to see the three of you again. The other two, I don't know who you are. So it's very neutral to see you again, I suppose.
Same.
But yeah, are you?
That's a possum talking to you.
Okay, fantastic. That's great. Good, good for you. Really moving up in the world. That's good. Okay. I come before you today, with more than a request, with a demand that you all appoint me to my proper throne. How dare you deny me the opportunity that is so well earned by me? Again, the holder of the crown of water. I conquered it from drop off, and is mine now. So why would you turn me away?
Grumble, grumble, grumble from the Earth side, and the Earth Eladrin says, "You did not usurp Lord Drop-Off. The one who killed Lord Drop-Off is the rightful owner of the Crown of Water, and we entertain your claim only in that hero of the elements is not present here."
Calling Drop-Off a hero is a bit of a stretch.
Not Drop-Off, the one that slayed him, and therefore is the rightful owner of the Crown of Water.
They have done nothing even in the water sphere since that occurred. So how would you say that they are I was the one who found the crown. I was the one who utilized it, who conquered the seas, who grew in power and in strength. I am the one the seas obey.
Yeah.
So whether you recognize it or not, I am the one that should be upon the throne.
Yeah, he's making some good points.
So air noises, and that Eladrin says, in the absence, we have no representation of water. So in the absence of Lord Gravely, perhaps we should allow him to sit in the throne, as he does control the crown of water. What says Fire? And Sindel says, Sindel, you also recognize Sindel, actually. And she didn't have a very good vibe from you. She didn't trust it very much. Not. What do you all? Hang on a second. What are you all doing here? Just hold on to sit there for a minute. Y'all, how did you get here? What are you doing here? Talking to all of you who are literally standing in the middle of all this still.
Also, don't kobolds live like 3 weeks? This one looks particularly old.
I think that's a stereotype. They live longer than that.
Not this kobold.
Well, good for you then, sir.
I escaped my station in life and became something much greater.
Well, then you are.
I know right now it doesn't look like it because I'm in the bubble, but this was a precaution that they made me do in order to present myself in front of them because they're so afraid of me.
Of course.
And he's the king of the water, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, see? The possum, what's your name?
Randall.
Oh, see, Randall gets it.
Well,
I don't know why.
Just a wee moment. If I remember, you were quite a little troublemaker back in the day. I don't know.
I still am.
Allowing, yes, exactly that. You own it. And I don't know why we should be allowing him to wear the crown of somebody who we are right on the verge of finding, I think. Maybe. Possibly. We're this close.
The thieves themselves seek chaos. They are the trickeriest mistress. Tell me I'm wrong, Sarsa. As someone who has seen the seas overtake a vessel or two in your time.
Aye, but the thing is, even the most chaotic storm will eventually give way to sunny skies. I just don't know that you have that in you. There's no balance to you, boyo.
Does he have something in his mouth? Why is he talking all funny?
You can't just ask people why they're talking funny.
God,
I'm an old man. I don't have any filters. I'm an old elf.
Medicine check.
All right, settle down. I don't think that's what we need to focus on right now. Wait, did you say you're looking for? He's missing? Y'all looking for Gravely? And when she says that, there's more earth and air sounds, and everybody, even the kind of guard of soot all sort of like rumble and react. They're all speaking their like elemental languages, but you can tell there's a big upheaval. And then there's for Eladrin, there's a water Eladrin there too, speaking for water. So there's no fire Eladrin. So presumably that's like where Oliver is stepping in. But the noise from all the elements and the three Eladrin all together say, "Hail Gravely, Slayer of Fire! Hail Gravely, Slayer of Water! Hail Gravely, Champion of the Elements! Champion of the Elements! Hail Gravely!" And they're all like rumbling and flaming and earthing and airing all over the place. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, where's Gravely?
All of you are looking around and being like, huh.
I'm sorry. When I last saw Gravely, is this the same? The little run. I mean, compared to me, even.
And as they say that, also like when they actually say like Champion of Fire, and none of you are like present for that, but you're vaguely aware, both from stories and Gravely mentioning it, that he also had the kill shot on Lord Charkandris. And so when they say "Hail Gravely, Champion of Fire," there's like a firework that shoots up and an image of Gravely with his bow looking like way more ripped and heroic than actual Gravely ever has, is presented up in the air. Yeah. And when they say "Hail Gravely, Champion of Water," same thing. It's this like ripped picture of him like grabbing drop off and just like about to go in for the kill shot. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh, this individual looks mighty capable. I thought you described him as a small fellow, kind of runtish.
Well, we all exaggerate on our dating profiles a wee bit.
Anybody glancing at Sindel is like, she's like, yeah, that's kind of the thing here.
He was the bravest among us.
You said you never met him.
I met him briefly.
Oh, right. Well, I haven't met him.
I remember Gravely. Gravely was great. We had a good time together. Okay? He was kind of like a conscience cricket on my shoulder sometimes. Helped make some good decisions for the crew. Did good work. But the Champion of Water because he had a lucky shot? Come on.
When you say that, like all four troops surrounding you, like gesture with like spears towards you, like they don't want to hear that at all.
If everyone is looking for Gravely, we are also trying to find him. He turned into smoke.
He turned into what?
Smoke.
Oh, maybe he is the champion of air as well.
Oh.
He's coming for all your citizens now.
Well, that was our original mission, you see, Sendel, and all of us were looking for a lead, and I came here, but they obviously went somewhere else. And so you said someone sent you here to find the answer of where he is?
Yes, they said that Sozeb, he said that we could, he would send us to where the people who knew how to get us to Gravely would be, or that they could help us.
Oliver looks at Sendel. Do you know anything about this, my dear? How to get Gravely, or where he is?
Maybe we could, we might be able to help with that, but there's some discord in the ranks here. And as you are sort of like whispering about that, there's been some like chatter between Earth and Air again. Actually, also, when you ended up at Weston's one shot, when you ended up at the skeleton ship and something, you vaguely remember that like where you were supposed to go. And that's when like there was a bomb. That's when the portal got bombed and everything went crazy. Where you were supposed to go was to settle a dispute between Earth and Air. Vaguely was like Sora's mission that she had sent you on, and you didn't get anywhere near that. So you like kind of have that vague recollection, those of you that were involved in that. And like while you're kind of like talking amongst yourself about like what's this all about, there's been more rumbling and air swooshing, and the two Eladrin representatives start kind of like griping at each other. We'll not hear any of that dirt bagging, filthy prose from you. You've sent the necrosis upon us. And then the Earth side says like, your blustery air horn madness is not something that the Earth Kingdom will entertain, because you sent the necrosis upon us. Ash rains down upon us and plagues our realm, making Earth, contaminating the soil. You contaminate this. You'd contaminate the air with your soil and dirt rising up. They seem to have some sort of like dispute before them. They're like arguing on. It's not totally coherent about you, other than you pick up a couple of what seem to be like air and dirt themed slurs between those two sides.
So you are looking for Gravely?
Yes.
I can help you find Gravely. Finding creatures is easy.
Oh, that would be really good. We need to find him. He is in danger.
Is he now? What kind of danger? You said he turned into dust.
It was more of like a mist or a smoke, and he got pulled away, and now he is in a beam of light, we think. And Dragon has him, maybe.
Would Thut, based on his arcane knowledge that has doubled and tripled and quadrupled in the time that he's been away, would any of that mean anything to Soot as far as like the knowledge or the research that he's done? Beams of light, like does it point to any kind of draconic entity, any kind of like does that any bells going off in Soot's head based on those different symbols?
Roll Arcana.
I'm just talking about. Of course, I roll a natural one. That is my lot in life.
Hey.
Plus 9 though. That's a 10. But even still.
Not really. I mean, that brings you up to kind of an average amount of Arcana knowledge, and like, no, you got nothing.
Okay. Well, I mean, even still, I know Gravely, so because I know him, I can find him if he's in this place.
All right. Just like, this is Sindel talking. Like, we all know Gravely. All right, just settle down. We got a lot of business to handle here. Like, listen, and the air and earth are still like rumbling at each other. Like, all right, let's just call to order. Just point of order here from the realm of fire. Here, tell him point of order. Like Jefferson kind of nudging Oliver. Like, you're supposed to call an order.
A call of order, and he takes his staff and poof, poof, poof. How was that?
That seems kind of unnecessary, but okay.
They sort of like stop and like gesture yelling. All right, I have a suggestion. So how about I know we got the necrosis going on in air and earth, and Soot thinks he's maybe the representative of water. Which how about what if we send them all on a trial, and if they pass the trial, then maybe we can settle our differences here for a minute and see if we can help out find Gravely. Oh, hail Grave! From like background, everybody. Gravely, slayer of fire, slayer of water, Gravely, hero of elements. Randall's like, okay. All right, so like, all right, we need to. By the way, we need to maybe don't say his name around here because it eats up a lot of time.
Hold on a second. Thank you, Sindel. So, for those that don't know, Mr. What was it? Soot?
Okay.
Foot? Is it foot? Are you saying foot?
SOOT, like what you get on your face if you clean the fireplace.
Oh, soot. Yes, excellent.
Grants.
A long time ago, I was in an adventuring party, and we fought a wizard who had taken my lady love and encased her in a beam of light. And we defeated him, but managed to get him out. But I actually did it with some of these people. They had come back in time somehow, traveled through a book, and then they went back into the future time. And then I led my life because I have unusually long life age because of I'm an elf and in good shape and take care of my health.
Congratulations, you look amazing. Okay.
Oh, anyway, so then I met up with them again, and I had made a promise because they helped save my wife at the time, my lady love, who became my wife. And I said, I'm going to help you with something because you helped me a long time ago. So they told me that this champion of theirs, the associate, the one that was mentioned, was also taken by a wizard named what was his name again? Lord Malcontent. Lord
Malkedoth.
Lord Milktoast. Yes. So he encased
That's not what they said at all.
Gravely. My hearing's a little bad. They sorry. They took the champion. Point of order. Point of order. He was taken and turned into some sort of a fog or steam or something, and they've seen him. We've seen him actually through a vision, encased in this similar beam of light somewhere where Malkadoth is building his power, waiting, trying to get back into a corporeal form, and I think that about sums it up. Does that sound right, you all?
Except I think he was more of a smoke than
Smoke,
steam.
yes.
But
I'd call it a gas,
some sort of vaporous material.
Yeah, so he's still alive in some sense, but we don't know where he is. There might be a dragon involved in some. We think that. Well, there's some sort of dragon in the mountain back in this realm, and Malkadoth might be involved. That's where we're at. Now, what was it? What was it about this quest you want us to go on?
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Gramps, for that succinct summary. Listen, how about here? He feels like he should perhaps sit on that throne there, and maybe he can earn that. He can earn it with an act of goodwill towards the other camps of the elements, and these fine folk here. We could help them out with everybody's favorite Orkling. And then maybe we could help them out. Would that be an agreement with Earth and Air? And they sort of like rumble and swoosh between each other, and the two Eladrins say like, Earth is an agreement, Aaron is an agreement. What? Put forth the quest. So you heard them kind of like argue over this like necrosis, and they sort of collectively explain that like specifically Earth and Air, where they intersect, there seems to have been sort of like kind of an elemental plague sort of situation. They call it like in their own language. It's translated into necrosis that's happening at the like junction between air and earth.
I mean, I accept those terms. If you need my help to Gravely, I can help you to get to Gravely and get them out of whatever kind of trouble he's in. Again, he was a kind Orkling.
So you're saying that if
Gravely, all hail Gravely! They were Slayer of fire, Slayer of earth. Oh God!
Listen, can we just refer to him in some other term, like something that he liked?
Okay, well, just say the Orkling. Yes,
I said everybody's favorite Orkling. You all heard me. All right, I have learned this the hard way.
All right,
this is exhausting.
Soot, I don't imagine you'd be doing this for free. What are your terms for helping us find Gravely?
He doesn't. No. He doesn't need terms. He's going to do it for us to hear out whether he should temporarily sit on the throne of water. He doesn't owe you anything. I volunteer. I'll escort you there.
Very rude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm the rude one in this scenario. Sure. You go with that. And see what they think. Rumble, rumble, air. All right. I'm on your side on this. All right. So hear me out. This is your best shot. All right. At what you want. I will lead you there. We'll see if we can clean up this whole mess that your organization is especially good at. And then we'll come back here, report the results, and we'll see what we can get done. Does that sound good to everybody? Rumble, rumble, air.
Well, my dear, I don't think you should come with us. I mean, it could be dangerous, and you better let us take care of this. I just don't want you to see you get hurt.
Oliver, I once saw Branch saw Sindel fly through a creature and explode it. So
she like kind of turns and looks at you, Oliver, with a like, really, are we going to do this sort of thing? And then she like poofs into the form of the phoenix, which has a very like sacred aura. It is like the phoenix. The fire is like enveloping you, but you have your aura she kind of gives you, makes it not incinerate you, but like she turns into this like flaming, magical, mystical, legendary bird, and then back to Sindel. I feel like I can handle it.
All right. Well, no need to show off. Look, I'm just being protected.
I appreciate that, but I have been, looking out for myself my whole life without you, which is a bit of a point of contention, I'm sure you know, with me and my mom. So,
Yes, but I've also gone my whole life without you, and now I'm making up for lost.
oh well, okay, yeah, there is some of that to be done. All right, you come, I will go escort them there. So, you in? This is good for you?
Get me out of the bubble and I'll do whatever.
She looks at the guards and the water ladder and kind of nods at them, and he nods back, and just water splashes everywhere, and you're free.
As soon as the little sphere is off of Soot, you all notice that Soot, whatever was this sphere suppressing in Soot, you notice that his cloak turns into kind of this drop of all these different tentacles, and they start to kind of float behind him a little bit just off the ground, and they're each kind of moving a little bit on their own, and they kind of crawl over top of what was once this cloth cloak, and they're kind of floating there, and you can see ethereal tentacles, almost like these octopus tentacles, kind of coming in and out of Soot's corporeal form.
We all have gone through changes, haven't we, Cinder? I'll get your Orkling back, but we're not done. I'm coming back. Let's go.
All right, fine. The rest of you, you're all good with this?
If it
Yes,
will
of
help
course.
us get to the Orkling.
Everyone's
yes.
favorite Orkling.
We already gave the Sozeb. We already gave him a pass, so how bad could this guy be?
I like him.
That is a bit of a cause of concern for me.
Soot
gets
takes
it.
out a bunch of different scales, and they're like salmon scales, and he takes them off the back of his hand and rubs them across his eyes, and you see them start to sparkle.
Find us gravely.
And I'm casting Locate Creature to see if I can't find where Gravely is.
Wait, I thought that we were doing that after we go on this little mission to the...
If they're not on the same plane as me, then I can't identify them. Are we in a
Yeah, that's
weird
what I'm
subplanar
looking
space?
Yeah, I mean, you're specifically in the junction, what they describe briefly as the junction of the four planes of elements. So you do attempt to do that, and you don't get that he is on these planes. The rest of you do recognize that we're already on top of that, because you had Abercor essentially do that recently, and you got a glimpse of where he is through a scrying spell. So,
Well, that's silly. Okay, so he's not on the element plane.
no, I don't
said
feel
that-
like you're fully listening to this. So head in the game. We're gonna go and investigate this necrosis and see if we can fix it. All right, so stick with me. Do what I tell you.
Necrosis?
Yeah.
That's a specialty of mine.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I guess you're oddly well suited for this. All right. Anyway, air, water, we're good. Everybody in accord. Okay, good. Go team. And there's just a whoosh, swirling of really, it's a swirling all of all the four elements combined, all sorts of stuff, and then everything is gone. You're not in that chamber anymore, and you are in what is presumably the sort of border region between air and earth, which is functionally like a dust
The
storm.
ground.
Yeah.
Well, it's a turbulent ground, so there's air flying up in your eyes, there's wind moving around, and a lot of essentially you're in a sandstorm.
Hold on, we're in a sandstorm?
Yes.
No. Why would you do that, Zach? Can't cue him up for that.
Call back.
Oh, shoot, my Bluetooth is on. All right.
Oh, darn, it's not going to work. Anyway.
All right, and Zach in editing, play Darude Sandstorm now.
Noted. All right, moving forward. So you're in this sandstorm blowing all around. You have to cover your eyes. Anything you want to do physically or magically to protect yourself. It's a good
Oh,
moment
that's
for it.
miserable. I'm casting 5th level Control Winds.
Ooh. Tell me about that.
Control Winds is going to allow... Let me see here. Where's it at? Control Winds. So you take control of the air within a 100-foot cube that you can see within range, so all around us. I put my little kobold hands up, and you can... Hands up! And you see him whisper some things, and you see all the tentacles on his cloak all go out and kind of cut through the air, and the air immediately stills. So it says that I take control of the air, choose one of the following effects. Let's see here. So I think the idea that I'm going for, it says either a gust, a downdraft, or an updraft, and I'm going to create. What I'm going to attempt to do is try and like calm it by kind of creating a counter wind from whatever direction it's coming from. If I can flavor it in that way, considering that it's a 5th level spell. Hopefully I can do something fun with it.
How long does that last?
It says it lasts up to an hour.
Sir, make an Arcana check to
Sure.
control that the way you want.
28. So 19
Nice,
plus
okay.
9.
So you can feel that like you execute that spell perfectly and it would work perfectly on the material plane, and it does work here more or less the way you want, but you can feel that like this is the realm of air that you're in, or at least the border territory, and like you're angering it by asserting the control over its like very essence. So you're able to do that, but you can feel the like pressure of kind of like a sense from the like very land itself, like how dare you?
How dare I? Oh, sorry. I'm making it angry. I seem to have that effect on everything, apparently.
It's like you're yelling profanities into the wind and about the wind.
Yeah, I did have to say a couple of slightly mean things to it to get it to stop, but that's what we got to do. I'm trying to protect all of us, right?
Right. Well,
if you want me to stop, I can just let it beat us up.
No, I think this might be best, and we'll just deal with the consequences. Let's keep going.
Point of order question, real quick.
Point of order.
We didn't get a chance to rest after the Sozeb fight. Is that correct?
Yes. So
Correct.
I will go ahead and give you a rest in the interplanar area. You can take a long rest through.
No, we don't
make
need
my
a
life a
long
little easier.
please. Please.
I was looking at my
Got
spell
me now.
slots
Y'all
and
are
my
gonna be just
wild
fine.
shade.
But
Rely on
also
your
the
wither.
4 of you that stepped through the portal, actually Oliver 2, roll a d12. All right. So first up we have Randall with a 4. Randall, you're looking around. It seems like it's in this space is the first time you're noticing this. So maybe something about the like calming situation in the summit was limiting this effect, but you realize like you're seeing this like aura around each person. It's like distinctly different from, you're just seeing kind of like it's not necessarily color, you're just like seeing, it's like you have a new sense almost, and you kind of like see this like aura energy around each of the people that you are with.
Yes.
Chris, I'm glad you rolled this one.
Oh boy.
You have a weird sense about your fingers. Yeah, Matt, if you can roll again. You realize like all of a sudden like my fingers feel weird, especially like now that the air is calm. You have more of a sense of your body all of a sudden than you have like my fingers feel weird. And as you think about that, one of your fingers shoots out like into the distance and like kind of hits the ground and explodes, and then your finger regrows. And roll Arcana yourself to figure out what just happened.
Oh my goodness. Dirty 20.
Nice. You deduce from that you can shoot your fingers like the magic missile spell, but your actual fingers shoot off and then regrow immediately.
What the?
So you essentially have free magic missile, but you've got to manage the situation that it involves shooting off your fingers and regrow.
If I shoot off my fingers, I can't punch anything.
Well, they regrow pretty quickly, so it's essentially the turn. It was about a 6-second sequence, so like that's a thing you can apparently do for at least today. Hopefully, it's not permanent.
Well, that's disturbing and useful at the same time.
Branch with a 5. You're feeling pretty good. You're feeling lucky. You felt like that before, I feel like.
I think I have, yeah.
So that'll give you the lucky feat. You can re-roll. We'll say two rolls that you don't like. You can just go ahead and re-roll. And Jen, you all of a sudden, Sarsa, you all of a sudden, since you're stepping through again, like you haven't had a good sense of it until you're here, and you kind of like do a body check, but you feel a little bit like congested and messed up, like you have a cold or something. But it's also like kind of messing with you a little bit, like you're angry about it. You want to fight that cold off. So the cold itself, the congestion is also going to give you +1 to spell modifiers. So spell save and spell casting.
The congestion, it works as like a focus.
The magic.
I feel like the air here is just a little bit thick and getting into your lungs a little bit.
Tiburon, how about you?
I got a 1.
You are looking around here, and you're like looking as the winds calm and chill out for something. You're looking around, and for the moment, you look all around yourself, and you're like, "I'm alone. There's nobody here. What happened?" And then you like hear them kind of like chattering and talking to each other, and then you can like see them again. And then you like look real close at Sarsa, and she's a skeleton. You're like, whoa, what's going on? She's a skeleton. You like come back, and then you look at Randall, and he's naked.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
And you come to the sense that you have X-ray vision.
Oh no!
Hey there.
What
you looking at? What's going on?
When you
Mortal
look at
eyes.
Sarsa, you can see about 6 different flasks hidden on different points of the
person.
metal.
I feel like I'm looking at a bone and another bone.
So Randall, you're seeing this, like you're looking around seeing this. Oh, actually, as you look at Tiburon, look at you, his like energy that you're looking at like changes. It's the sense it's not quite change. It's not like that you're seeing color, but like what you're seeing essentially changes color as he like you look surprised by what he's looking around at. Roll insight, Randall.
21.
Oh, you realize from that you are seeing people's mood.
Ah, mood ring.
Mhm.
Awesome. Great. All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll check in on that.
Mm-hmm.
So when he looks at me, what is his mood? When Tiburon looks at me.
Nobody sees your mood. Tiburon is looking at a naked possum briefly, and then he redirects his attention. It's only that you're seeing other people's mood.
But like, is he interested? Was there something going here? Are we building a vibe? Or
I'm gonna leave that to your role play. But also,
okay. All right. Who, me? I'm just a possum.
Sindel is surveying the situation. He's like, all right, look over there. And as you clear out, so it looks like control wind it says range 300 feet. Does it basically like clear out a 300 feet space?
I think it's 100 feet. Control winds. You control the air in a 100-foot cube that you can see within range. So
it says range 300 feet, but then it also says in the text that it's a 100-foot cube. So you basically like clear that out around you.
Yeah.
And so Sindel's pointing in a specific direction where she can see with the calmed winds. She can, you can all see when she directs your attention there that like there's like a blackness, a darkness. Like what you're seeing now with the winds calmed is basically like rock and dunes and kind of like there's a lot of contours to the land, root boulders, gems even maybe. There's a lot of like diversity to the like earth here. But you can see where she's pointing that it looks like it's kind of covered in a like black inky darkness. She's suggesting like, all right, we got to go that way.
Are you all okay? You're kind of staring at each other a lot, and your fingers just flew off.
Yes, that's it's an odd side effect. What we've
side
discovered.
effect?
Well,
stay in your lane, all right. We don't have time for this.
The portal.
What's going on?
The portal effects have some odd unintended side effects every time we travel through these portals. It's a work in progress.
Okay, I suppose that's fine. Okay, Thindle, you're running over there. I assume that's where we're supposed to be going. Am I leading the way? I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I can navigate pretty well in the thieves, but not in the desert per se.
No, just keep the wind still. I think that's helpful. We'll all head that way. And she sort of heads off that way, hoping people follow.
Okay. Let's go.
While we're walking, Branch is gonna say to Soot and Oliver, it's like, actually, you might kind of know each other, sort of. Oliver, you remember when we were on the creepy, gross bone boat?
Yes, unfortunately, that was rather disgusting.
The little guys who made the thing, they were made by Soot. Robert and Sven Soot, you remember them? They were not happy with you.
What about Robert and Sven? I lost them back on that island like a long time ago.
Yes, they got like infected or something with like spider things, and they made a big boat and they stole us and they fought us. They were very mad, and they do not.
Well, they were hired by the elites to take knights unexpectedly into the astral plane, whence they turn them into flesh parts of the ship. It was quite disgusting, actually. But we defeated them.
You would have liked it, Soot.
I mean, I may have. I probably would have fought to get them back. Did you beat them up real good?
Yes.
Good.
Oliver took out Sven's bones.
They used to bully me when I was just a small kobold. That's why I made them my own when I could.
Oh.
Bit of a sweet revenge, at work.
Yes, well, I still have one of the teeth, and I held up this small kobold teeth that I kept from the battle.
I definitely recognize that one tooth from a cold. Why would you keep that? So weird. Okay, let's go.
Well, just, you know.
Sindle's like, anyway, let's...
Think of a sentient creature. That's odd.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing that's odd. Sure. So you're getting to the edge of this, presumably the necrosis, and you're kind of like stepping into the darkness. And it's sort of a little more squishy. You can also see at the edge of the like control wind's power that like that darkness extends up into the air and the swirling. You can see in contrast to like the other less kind of like tainted parts of the landscape here, that it's definitely also this like necrosis presumably is also affecting the air and things around it. But Soot's spell is continuing, which is concentration, by the way. So you have that for an hour, but it is a concentration spell that
it is absolutely concentration.
Mm-hmm. Which is like definitely taking some energy because you can feel the whole time like the air pushing back on you. So it's definitely, you can feel it sort of like, and all of you can see it affecting this like intersection of earth and air. And as you like walk in that direction, you're definitely getting into the boundary where like it's everywhere. Like this is the source of it.
So y'all have run into this stuff before?
Not like this, but I feel like we are in the epicenter of where this problem is arising. Any ideas anyone have about what we're looking for? Sindel? Branch, you're an element person. Would you know anything about these things?
Sindel takes a moment to like look at it, and then she throws out her hand and shoots a fireball into it, like about 30 feet away from you, and the fire explodes, and for a moment burns it all away, and you can see Earth again, and then the fire clears, and it very slowly, you can see the kind of like sludgy blackness start to like close in again up over the Earth.
Gross.
Based on kind of my school of magic, is any of this stuff undead per se, or is this kind of in the school of necromantic magic at all?
Yeah, roll Arcana for that.
Arcana. That's a 16 plus 9, 25.
Yeah, watching it and kind of looking at it and feeling it out. The stuff itself is not undead, but this is definitely like necrotic magic, which doesn't mesh well with fire, earth, water, and air. Like necrosis should not really be. I mean, there's also the name. That's your first cue. So it's a pretty good clue that like necrotic magic is probably around. And that's really not supposed to be here. It shouldn't really be able to survive and persist in these elemental planes. So like that's definitely weird that it's like disrupting things here.
Well, I I'm just kind of going on about what I'm seeing in this stuff, whether they're listening or not. Like as those thoughts are coming in my head, so it's just thing, yeah. So definitely some kind of necromantic magic. It's kind of regrowing itself, almost like it's healing its own parts. And I've seen some spells like that in the past, where you've been able to, bring things back over and over and over again from the same source. And I think that's kind of what this is going on right now. Just going on and on and on and on about it.
Oliver leans over to Sarsa. It's like he's saying words, but I can't understand half of what he's saying. It's a lot of tongue movement and what.
Well, I don't quite understand all of where this is coming from, but I think he's talking about some form of reincarnation.
The dead. So you're saying this is dead air?
He kind of has a thing with dead things. I don't know. I'm so congested right now. Even you sound like you're underwater.
Do you need a good pat on the back?
No, I would prefer it if you didn't touch me. What I really need is a nap.
Oh, well, perhaps some of your whiskey that you carry around might open up your senses.
Oh, trust me, I've been hitting that plenty.
I'm sure you
learned to be rather discreet with it.
It's one of your many talents, Sarsa. Well, if a frontal attack won't work, perhaps we need to reason with it. Say here, a big ball of sludge and whatnot. My friends and I would like you to stop plaguing this area and go back from whence you came. Thank you very much. That is all.
Are you trying to talk to the slime?
Yes, why not?
It doesn't have a brain.
Whether it's coincidence or not, like right ahead of you where you're walking towards, like 3 like giant bubbles emerge up out of the slimy darkness. Jeff, I note from your pantomime that are you suggesting maybe Randall's providing a soundtrack to your walk here?
Yeah, he's playing a little, strumming.
A little bit of music on his broken electric guitar as you walk. It's not as soothing as Randall feels like it is.
I picture him trying to play classical gas, but just failing miserably.
And he'll give Sindel bardic inspiration.
Do you want to give bardic inspiration to anybody in particular?
Yeah, to Sindel.
All right.
Magic fire, lady.
So as Oliver is like talking to the slime and sits like, that's not going to work. These 3 giant bubbles like up against each other start emerging from the slime in front of you. And each bubble is like, as it fully emerges, is like probably like 15 feet tall. And each of them take the shape of a skull looking at you.
See?
Someone's coming out to talk about everything all the time. I feel like something. It's just conspiring against. Okay.
Are these like human-sized skulls, or are they like giant skulls?
What you're looking at is like skulls made out of this like black sludge, and so the skull itself is like a height of 15 feet, top to bottom.
That's what I thought.
The whole thing is skull, and there's 3 of them kind of like pressed up against each other. One of them has an eye patch on. The middle one's wearing kind of a little crown kind of thing.
Okay.
And the one in the middle says, "Silence! You have entered the realm of Skeleteeth! I, Skeleteeth, summon you and demand to know what you're doing here!"